6:30 to order.
Commissioner Lewis, Commissioner Thomas, Mr. Strowman,
Present.
Commissioner Moore, President Chair.
Present. Next on the agenda, the approval of the November 19th, 2024 agenda. Is there a motion?
Make a motion on your agenda to be approved to November 19th, 2024 in the business order. Commissioner Lewis, Commissioner Thomas, Mr. Strowman, Commissioner Moore, Chair Gillette.
Yes. Approval of the September 17th, 2024 regular board meeting minutes. Is there a motion for approval?
Do you still with the dealer? Oh, they did? Did you get a receipt?
Bill.
No.
No, they're supposed to give you a copy.
You're on mute. He
They
can't
can give you a copy, a hard copy of anything? They're supposed to have one the other day.
The red button, red.
Hello, Mill.
He can hear you.
Hi, how are
You
you?
need to mute. You need to
Okay.
mute. Oh.
All right.
Oh, you need that on. I make a motion that this House Commission Board meeting minutes for September 17th, 2024 be accepted for any business order. Commissioner Miller, Commissioner Thomas, Commissioner Strowman,
Abstain.
Commissioner Moore, Chair Gillette.
Yes. That brings us to the approval of October 15th, 2024 regular board meeting minutes. Is there a motion for approval?
Move the October 15th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Commissioner Miller, Commissioner Thomas, Mr. Strowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore, Chair Gillette.
Yes. Approval of the October 28th, 2024 special board meeting minutes. Is there an approval?
I move the special board meeting minutes for October 28th, 2024 be approved as presented.
Commissioner Miller, Commissioner Thomas, Mr. Strowman,
Yes.
Mr. Moore, Chair Gillette.
Yes. Public comments. The first public comment here is from Dacella Scott. Is she present?
Yes. Greetings. I just want to start with what is the process for a hearing? How, when, who distributes the notifications and invitations? Who all supposed to be included in a hearing and a meeting? Who is advocating for the residents and tenants? Who does the executive director, their staff, and their legal counsel answer to? The reason being is my belief that Inkster Housing Commission fabricated a straw man and a ghostwriter for me. I recently got in contact with the Civil Rights Division, and they told me that either the legal representation or the executive director did not register the resident council to represent or advocate for me as well as other residents. So therefore, it's just me, the executive director, and the lawyer that's in any meetings, in any hearings, or whatever. So once again, who's advocating for the residents? What's the purpose of resident council if they can't counsel and represent and advocate for the residents? Inkster Housing Commission legal rep practice of, I believe, to my belief, practice of intimidation with IOU letters and interference with resident advocacy groups on my behalf to exercise a fair, equal, safe, affordable, decent housing right. In turn, the Civil Rights Division also told me that I allegedly had a meeting with the executive director and a lawyer. My question to you You know, once again, how can you create a straw man and a ghostwriter if I wasn't there? What did I sign? What was presented to me, whether I agreed or disagreed? That you offered me another place to live. It's no proof because I wasn't there and I didn't sign anything. So how dare you tell another government agency that I sat in a meeting with you after I've been going back and forth with this board over the years. In addition to that, I recently received a letter from your finance department regarding inaccurate rent calculations, glitches, and errors. And I'm going to label this rent gouging. The reason being, when I took my son off my lease back in 2022, instead of my rent decreasing because an adult was eliminated from my lease, it increased anywhere from 30% up to 50%. And I asked your office over and over again, how is that when I work the same hours, I produce all the documents, you know, that you have me produce, you know, with my W-2s, my taxes or whatever. Why is my rent keep changing? So now we're in a dilemma here because you're saying that you have glitches and errors, and I've been telling you this for over a course of 2 years. I'm asking for a meeting so we can sit down. I know for a fact I've never been late on any rent payments. I have all my receipts and my bank statements to show where I have my cashier checks written out for rent purposes. I'm just saying, if it's no voice that advocate for me as a resident or other residents, now what? Is it a person that you guys have now in place of resident council? If so, I would like to know so I can forward all my paperwork and documents over to them so we can start for them to start advocating for me. Because, I mean, is this legal? To do this, I mean, how can you take the voice away from the people and their right? Thank you.
Housing Commission Board of Commissioners Annual Board Meeting, November 19th, 2024 at 6:30 to order.
Commissioner Lewis. Commissioner Thomas. Commissioner Strowman.
Present.
Commissioner Moore. Present. Chair.
Present. Next on the agenda, the approval of the November 19th, 2024 agenda.